This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're taking a look at the Carhartt Sling Bag, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, make sure you subscribe so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. Let's dive in. So as you can see, before we dive into this at all, this looks a lot like other things you've seen from Carhartt before. And in that true fashion, we've got durable material. So this is a 600D polyester. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, 600D is a very durable material, but it doesn't feel as durable as I expected it to, like looking at it and seeing it online and getting it in my hands. As I said, it's very durable. I just kind of was hoping, or maybe thought it was gonna feel more like Carhartt jackets that I have, but very durable. And as you can see, it has held up very well as well. So nothing really to complain about here. We've got the black colorway, but there also are burgundy, gray, and Carhartt brown. So Carhartt brown's like the standard Carhartt, and then you also see this black a lot, and then there's a couple other colorways as well. So this black one does get pretty warm, but I think they all do probably because they're all darker colors. I would think that this one, this one does not show sweat at all, and the other ones could, especially like the Carhartt brown. Like I've seen sweat on a Carhartt brown jacket before. So if you sweat a lot, that is something to think about. But we've got the logo here on the bottom that really adds to the Carhartt look. It really just kind of looks like what you'd expect a Carhartt sling bag to look like. And I think that that's a good thing. It doesn't really scare you when you see it for the first time or anything like that. We've got YKK zippers on this thing, nothing really to write home about. Got the nice little metal pull there that says Carhartt, but they are YKK zippers, easy to grab onto. I kind of wish that there maybe was like a paracord pull or something, just like when it gets wet, it'd be a little bit easier to open, but that's really just being nitpicky. So moving on to the buckle, let me find where it says it. So this is, I think, the second time I've seen this, and I still don't exactly understand it. Let me get it in focus there. See, that says Woojin Duraflex. So this buckle says Woojin Duraflex, and those are two separate brands, and maybe, I don't know, they did a collab or something, but those are two brands we really like, and it says both of their names on this buckle. Nothing to really talk about. It works, just confused about the branding on the buckle. Moving up here to the top, we've got this little tiny handle. So there really isn't anywhere you can hold this bag just like by a handle, because this is so small. Like you get your finger through there, but that's not very comfortable. This is meant for hanging on a hook or something like that. If you want to carry it around, I guess you just kind of gotta like grab it by something like this. So no real proper handle, but you're gonna be wearing this thing for the most part, and you can kind of carry this by your thumb if you need to, but it would be nice if there was a little bit larger handle on there. Moving on to the harness system here, as you can see, there is no aeration or anything like that, which maybe adds to, earlier I said this one does get a bit warm. I think that probably adds to it because there's not really anywhere for airflow or mesh or anything like that. So it does get a little bit warm. There is some padding here. You can kind of see how thick this is. It's not super, I don't want to say it's not super comfortable, because it is comfortable, but after a while you can kind of start to feel this shoulder strap, especially because it's just a straight line. It doesn't really conform to your body or anything like that. I guess if it's straight, it'll conform to more people's bodies, because when it's curved, some people don't like how it's curved and doesn't really meet their body. But I think this back panel could have been designed a little bit better. As I said, it is comfortable. It just feels like it could have been a little bit more comfortable, and doesn't feel like it really becomes a part of you, which I kind of like my gear to feel like it's a part of me after a while, especially if I'm taking it to a new city and wearing it around all day. But really nothing to complain about too much. We have an okay amount of padding on the back panel as well. Just comfortable enough, nothing really to write home about. On the strap down here, we've got a strap keeper, which keeps things organized. This isn't, flailing around in the wind. And I should note that this also isn't reversible. You can really just wear this sling one way, because it's not a symmetrical design, and the strap only attaches on one corner here. So again, not like designed super, super well, but it gets the job done. It works, and that's kind of what I expected from this sling when I got into it. So I got it on now, and as you can see, it fits pretty well. I am, a little bit on the taller side, so if you have a smaller frame, it might feel a little bit large for you. It is a little bit kind of awkward on this back corner here. I feel like this kind of just pops up a little bit and kind of like hits you while you're walking. Not uncomfortably so, but just noticeable. As I feel like I've iterated a few times on this, it's not the most comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable, and it gets the job done. It's gonna get your gear from point A to point B, and that's what really matters. I will note that I found it kind of awkward to bring it to the front side to get any gear out, and maybe that's just because it's so big, and maybe you're not really supposed to do it anyway, because like the zipper's over here. You gotta like kind of bring it around. And it's just a little bit awkward. I mean, you can do it. It's just, I don't know, not exactly designed super well, I don't think, but in the end you can do it and it gets your gear from point A to point B. So moving on to the inside of the pack, we'll start with the secondary compartments. First things first, we've got a pocket over here, and this is kind of the way I described this when I wrote the review, is that this is where you would expect a water bottle pocket to be, but as you can see, we've got no water bottle pockets on this thing, which I think would be a nice inclusion, especially because there is space for it, even just like a small one, just some mesh or something like that. And I have other Carhartt products that have little mesh water bottle pockets, so I would have liked to see that, but it's not the end of the world. This pocket over here is a phone or other small, like you put your wallet in here or something like that. I've got my iPhone 11 with a case in there. Actually should show you that there is quite a bit of room to spare there. My phone ends about right here, so you could fit a plus size phone in there. If you're a really big case, maybe not, but it should be able to fit. The inside is a nice soft material, so it'll be friends with your phone screen and it won't scratch it up or anything like that. But this is a good place to put your phone, maybe your wallet if you want to have quick access to your wallet. Then we've got another secondary compartment on the front that's kind of hidden. So there is a zipper that runs along here, as you can see, and you just pop that down. This is a flat pocket, and if you don't have as much stowed in the main compartment, you can fit more inside here, but typically I put most of my stuff in the main compartment. And then this is just kind of where I like to stow some flat items. So I just have a Kindle shoved in here right now. I should mention I wouldn't leave the Kindle in here long haul unless I have a pretty good case on there, because this material isn't super thick. So this is just like if you know you're gonna be reading, or like you know you're gonna go on the bus or the train or something like that, you can put it in there, pull it out when you get there, and then when you get to work or wherever you're going, you can stow it inside of the main compartment or wherever, maybe put it on your desk or something like that. It is dead right now, unfortunately. But inside this pocket, there's not much organization, but there is a zippered pocket on the lid portion here, which is kind of hard to show you, but as it is there, you can see it. It is actually open right now. No, it's not open, I lied. Can't even find the zipper, so it is pretty hidden. We do have a key ring inside there. That's what I was trying to get in and show you. Nice metal clip, easy to open and close. I will say I didn't use that keyring very much because it's just too many layers to get to it. So it's like if I think I want to get to my keys, it's like, okay, I have to first probably take this off and then open this pocket and then find that zipper, which as you can see is kind of difficult. Open that and then get the key, and then this is so short that I probably need to take the keys off. So it's like 3 layers of things you have to do to get to your keys. But there's a good amount of space in here. It goes up to this line, the stitching line here, and then all the way down to the stitching line on the bottom. And it gets smaller as you get to the top, just like the pack does, like the contour of the pack. So you can fit a good amount of gear here, but as I said, it's better suited for flat items. So moving into the main compartment, that's where the real party is. So well, not all, but most of your gear is going to go. So as you can see, we have this kind of diagonal or curved zipper. It doesn't go very far on the pack, and I think that leads to some of the issues that I'm going to raise once we get inside of here. So I'm going to pull some of the gear out just so we can get a better look at it. Got a packable rain jacket, a toiletry kit that I kind of use as a toiletry kit and other things as well to kind of save space, and then my tech pouch as well in there. So now that we have most of the stuff out of there, you can see what's going on inside here. We have this pocket here on the top part of the pack that has an elastic topper. And I like putting the packable rain jacket in there just because I know exactly where it is. And I know that I had 3 large things inside of this pack, but it's just sometimes it's, obviously black liner inside of here, so it's kind of hard to see things. And as you can see, all of my stuff is black. I know we have the red there, but it's all black, black gear, so finding it can be kind of hard. So I like stuffing my packable rain jacket there because I know exactly where it is, so if it starts raining, I can grab it and put it on. Nothing else I really ever need that quickly. So on the back wall here, we've got a padded laptop, or not laptop, I guess you could put a very small laptop there, but a tablet sleeve. So I've got this iPad stowed away inside there. This is about the most minimal case I would use while stowing inside of here, because similar to the Kindle I had in the front pocket, these materials just aren't that thick. So there is some padding on this here, which is kind of hard to show you, but it is there. But I just wouldn't put anything that doesn't cover the screen on there. Just that's me personally. I don't really hate the idea of breaking something I spent a lot of money on. I'm sure you're probably similar, so smart to put a case on it. And then as you can see, there is not much else going on in here. I did find it kind of hard to load this and unload it, and I think that's kind of because of the zipper, or maybe it's the kind of like teardrop design here. So when you're loading stuff inside of there and you're putting, maybe, some larger items, I'm not gonna put this in the pocket just for the sake of showing you guys this. This top area is kind of hard to utilize. So I've got this in here, and it's just like, there's like an area up here that what do you put there? And there's just some space basically from here up. And I know that's probably not a huge portion, maybe 15 or 20% of the pack, but it just doesn't feel very usable. And you kind of got to like close this up a little bit and then like shove stuff in there. Otherwise it's going to fall on top, and then it still might just fall on top of this stuff, and then you're left with a really like expanded area here, and then this area is not very expanded. So loading and unloading is just, you kind of got to get like a rhythm of it. And even then, sometimes stuff might just fall to the bottom, and then you're left with, you know, a big square here and then an empty area up top, which doesn't necessarily matter that much. It can look a little wonky, but just something to think about. But overall, very happy with how much gear I could stow inside of here. I was very surprised with, when I started putting stuff in here, what I could exactly fit in here. I mean, it really kind of operates like a small backpack, like you can fit so much stuff inside, and it is fairly comfortable. As I said, it's not the most comfortable. It doesn't feel that intuitively designed, but it gets your gear from point A to point B, and that's what really matters. So there you have it, the Carhartt Sling Bag. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.